In 2020, Bornholm was named by the European Commission as the greenest island in Europe. Large amounts of CO2 emissions have been reduced over the past 30 years. Since 2013, Bornholm has successfully reduced about 150,000 tons of CO2. But there's still some way to go to achieve Bornholm's goal to become an island free of fossil fuels by 2040. Bornholm's new energy strategy marks the beginning of that journey. But how will we get there? When we turn on the light and heat our houses, we use energy. The same happens when we use our cars or when companies produce and distribute their products. The energy we use must be green. With the bright green island vision and goal to become a carbon-neutral society, the electricity and heat production systems have seen a significant transition from district heating and fossil fuels to biomass and renewable energy. But in many homes on Bornholm, you still find oil burners. You also find cars driving on petrol and diesel. The energy transition to electrical heat pumps and electrical cars leads to increased demand for electricity. And some might stop to think, is there enough green energy to support the transition towards a society free of fossil fuels by 2040? The short answer is yes. In June 2020, the Danish Parliament decided to initiate the construction of 2 energy islands, one in the Baltic Sea. This giant offshore wind farm can supply large amounts of green electricity to Bornholm. In addition to windmills, solar is another possible source to green energy. With better access to green power, the consumption of energy can be electrified. Electrical cars can charge and heat can come from sources such as heat pumps. But for the businesses on Bornholm, it's not as easy. An owner may have a production facility, a lorry or a van that is not easy to electrify. Business owners thus have difficulties removing their CO2 emissions in the short term. But green solutions are underway. With large amounts of new green energy, it will be possible to produce electrofuels, also known as Power-to-X. These new electrofuels can remove emissions from industry processes that are difficult to electrify. In addition to making it possible for companies to reduce their emissions, Power-to-X technologies also enables green air and sea transportation. Bornholm's energy strategy includes ambitious goals for CO2 emission reductions as we approach 2020. By 2025, the goal is for Bornholm to supply its own energy using green energy sources. By 2032, the energy used for industry must be green and the waste incineration must have come to an end. By 2040, the transportation must be green. The goals are ambitious. They require action by everyone. In VPP4 Islands, we will continue the work to decarbonise Bornholm. Together with our European partners, we will further explore the potentials and issues of larger amounts of renewable electricity from wind turbines and PV, and the potential of sector coupling to the district heating system to develop a resilient and carbon-neutral energy system on Bornholm.